Hello, all my dear students. Welcome to Sri Jain's Rank Zone classes. Dear friends, my name is Ajay Gulati. I'm your friend and mentor for the mathematics portion, that is quantitative aptitude portion. Now, in this coming lectures, we are going to discuss mensuration 2D, that is two-dimensional mensuration. So, dear students, let's start with the class 3 of mensuration 2D. Today, I will be dealing in squares, area of triangles also, and similar triangles also. Okay, dear students, and most importantly, hexagons. I will be starting with hexagons. Okay, hexagons, squares, and similar triangles. So let's start with the class. Next, dear students, we take the area of a regular hexagon. Not a very tough thing. This is genuinely easy. Look, let me take a hexagon first. This is a regular hexagon. Okay, the area is actually 3 root 3 by 2 a square, and believe me, it's easy. How come it's easy? See, if I take the center of this figure, I join this line, I join this line, I join this line, I join these 2 points. Actually, line is a wrong word. I join these 2 points, I join these 2 points. Okay, so what do we have? A hexagon has a regular hexagon, I should rather say, a regular hexagon has six equilateral triangles. A regular hexagon has six equilateral triangles. See, each angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. This angle is 60 degree. Like this. Every angle is 60 degree. This is A. This is A. This will automatically be A. So area of this triangle is root 3 by 4 A square. Therefore, area of six equilateral triangles will be what? 6 into root 3 by 4 a square. That will give me 3 root 3 by 2 a square. This is the area for a regular hexagon. Okay, dear students. Area of a regular hexagon with side A is side A. Area of a regular hexagon. See, what is the formula for area of a regular hexagon? We have already discussed area of a regular hexagon is 3 root 3. If we are unable to find the options, then we know the formula 6 times root 3 by 4 a square. Can you locate any option of this form? 6 into root 3 a square is one side, 4 I put on the side. Or I can say 6 into root 3 upon 4 into root 3 then a square. What I will do, root 3 into root 3 is 3. 6 into 3, or I can say this is, these two are 3 by 2 into 3. Getting it, if I cancel them by 2, this becomes 3 by 2, root 3 and root 3 is 3, root 3 a square. This I can say as 9 upon 2 root 3 a square. Okay, dear students, next one. Each side of a regular hexagon is 1. The area of the hexagon is, see, what will be the area of hexagon? 6. We know the formula 3 by 2 a square, that is 3 root 3 by 2 into 1 square, or 3 root 3 by 2. Find your difference. You are being given the area. You are given the side. What will be the area? Area will be equal to 3 root 3 by 2 a square, that is 3 root 3 by 2 into 2 root 3 into 2 root 3. 2 and 2 cancel. Root 3 and root 3. 3. 3 into 2, 6. 6 into 3, 18 root 3 centimeter square. This is a good question. Now the question which is shown on the screen right now. I give you a bit of time to think about it. Genuinely a good question. Just think about it, dear students. We have initially we have a regular hexagon whose sides are chopped off. The regular equilateral triangle of side 6 centimeter, corners cut off to form a regular hexagon. Area of this regular hexagon will be. Let me show you the beauty of this question, dear students. I take a regular triangle, equilateral triangle first. Okay, this is an equilateral triangle. Now I have to chop a corner out of this to form a regular hexagon. See, I have to chop three corners like this. Suppose I chop this one corner, I chop this one corner, then I chop this one corner. Now the point is, if this is a regular hexagon, all the angles of a regular hexagon of a regular, I hope this is visible, of a regular hexagon are 180 degree. I'm sorry, 120 degree. Regular hexagon are 120 degree. Now what will happen if I say this is the angle of a regular hexagon, this is 120 degree. I know this angle is already 60 degree. The moment I say this is 120, this becomes 60. Two angles 60 degree, this will also be 60 degree. So what does it mean? It means if this side is x, then this side will be x. Now since this is a regular hexagon, this is a regular hexagon, therefore what will happen? If this side is x, this is a regular hexagon. Okay, dear students, if one side is x, then all the other sides will be x. This will be x, this will be x. Okay, now we have got this equilateral angle. This is x, this is x, this is 120 degree, this side is x, therefore this angle is 60, this angle is also 60, this angle has to be 60, so this is also equilateral angle, so this is also x. Now what do we see? We therefore we have 3x, this full length, 3x is equal to 6, or x is equal to 2. Therefore this x is equal to 2. Therefore side of regular hexagon, I don't know what has happened to me. I'm consistently writing the spelling of regular wrong. Side of regular hexagon is equal to 2. Therefore, of this regular hexagon, area of this, therefore, area will be what? 3 root 3 by 2 into a square, or 3 root 3 by 2 into 2 into 2, that gives 2 and 2 cancel. So this gives me 6 root 3. Option number 3 is your answer. You can have a look over it if you want. I'm giving you a bit of time. Okay, dear students. Should I proceed ahead? Let's take the next one. The ratio of the area of a regular hexagon and an equilateral triangle having same perimeter. Okay. Let's say side of hexagon, suppose, is equal to S. Side of equilateral triangle. I assume this is S and this is A. Okay. Now, what is given? Perimeter is equal to perimeter. That is, I can say 6A is equal to 3S. So that means S is equal to 2A. S is equal to 2A. Fine. The ratio of area of hexagon. Now, area of hexagon upon area of equilateral triangle. Area of hexagon and area of equilateral triangle. Area of hexagon will be 3 root 3 by 2 a square. From here, what I can say, okay, S is no problem. 3 root 3 by 2 a square. Area of equilateral triangle will be root 3 by 4 s square. S is equal to 2. This becomes 3, root 3 and root 3 cancel. Okay. This I can say 3 by 1. Okay, 3 by 2 only. Let me write 3 by 2, 1 by 4 a square, and s square is what? S square is 4a square. S is 2a. Okay. So this gives me 3 by 2a square upon 1 by 4 into 4a square. 4 and 4 cancel, a square and square. So this gives you 3 by 2. This is your answer. Okay, dear students. One thing, my dear students, if you are given that the two sides have the same perimeter, two figures have the same perimeter, then the area of that figure will be maximum, will be more, which has more number of sides. So these two options are directly ruled off, and this is very much, this is too much. In comparison, this is like more than double, triple. This is not possible. So this has to be answered. Okay. If two regular figures have same perimeter, then the polygon with greater number of sides will have more area. Okay, let's move further. There are two concentric regular hexagons. Side of external regular hexagon is 16. This side is 16. What is the area of the shaded region if the distance between the corresponding parallel sides is 4 root 3? The distance between the corresponding parallel sides is 4 root 3. Okay. See this one. These are the parallel sides. Now here is the main thing. See, this distance is 4 root 3. Okay, 4 root 3. This is 4 root 3. You will have to be careful now, dear students. See, what will be this part? Okay. See, my dear students, what I need to explain you is, let's say I take the middle point from here. If I take the middle point from here, I join this. Okay. See, this is 16. This portion is 16. Why? Side is equal to this. This is 16. So therefore, what will happen, dear students? Only this portion is 4 root 3. This will be 8. This will be 8. Why? This is midpoint of the regular hexagon. So as this angle will be how much? This angle will be 30 degree. I will, let me draw a bigger figure to explain you. Okay, just give me a second, dear students. Let me draw you a bigger figure. See, let me take this portion above so that I get some space on the screen. This is the question. Fine. I take two regular hexagons, two large regular hexagons to explain you the things. First, I take a hexagon. This is hexagon number 1. Okay. I take another hexagon, hexagon number 2. In fact, I should take it a bit smaller. Okay, like this. The distance between the parallel sides, dear students, remember this distance is 4 root 3. Okay, this distance is 4 root 3. Now I think I will be able to explain. Now since this is a larger diagram, I will be able to explain it better way. Or I can further do one thing. Let me enlarge the size more. Now I will be able to explain it very well over here. Look, dear students, see, this distance is given to you as 4 root 3. Okay, if I join this will be 4 root 3. Let me write it a bit bigger. Now you will be easily able to understand this. I join this. See, dear students, what will be this angle? This angle will be 60 degree. Why? Regular hexagon, each angle 120 degree. This is 60 degree. This side is 4 root 3. If the side opposite to 60 degree is 4 root 3, what will be the side opposite to 30 degree? What will be the, or what will be the side opposite to 30 degree? Divide this by root 3, you will get 4. This is 30 degree. Okay. Should I take a, getting it side, this is a triangle. You are being told that the side opposite to 60 degree is 4 root 3. What will be the side opposite to 30 degree? 30 degree, it will be divided by root 3, you get 4. Therefore, this portion is 4 and this is 90 degree. Side opposite to 90 degree will be double of the side opposite to 30 degree, that is this is 8. Now the things have been sorted out, my dear students. This portion is 8, you got it. This portion is how much? 8. This is what I wanted to explain you. This is 8. Now let me reduce the size of the diagram. This portion is 8. This is the center of the regular hexagon. Look, this is 16. This is 8. Similarly, this will also be 8. So this will also be 8. Now the things are sorted. Okay, this will also be 8. What we need to find the area of the shaded region. What is the shaded region? This is the shaded region. What is the shaded region? This portion is the shaded region. Okay, how do I find the area of shaded region? Shaded region is bigger hexagon minus smaller hexagon. What is the bigger hexagon? 3 root 3 by 2 into 16 square. Smaller hexagon is 3 root 3 by 2 into 8 square. Okay, so I take 3 root 3 by 2. From here I take 8 square common. What I will be left with is, this will be 2 square minus 1 square. This is 3. 3 into 3, 9. 9 into, or should I write it in as 3 into root 3 into 64. 8 square is 64 into 3 divided by 2. This will cancel to give me 32. Okay, 32 into 9, 288. 288 root 3. Let me check if we have any such option. 288 root 3, yes, the first option is the answer. Okay, first option is the answer. Option number 1 is your answer. Now, dear students, let's discuss the ratio of the areas of similar triangles. The ratio of the areas of the similar triangles. Okay, see, let me draw two triangles in front of you. This is the first triangle. This I take as a second triangle. Now, let's say the side of this triangle is measures A, this measures D, this measures B, this measures E, this measures F. Let's say this is the altitude. Okay, this is H. Here, suppose this is the altitude H. Let's say this is the median. I just say this is the median. This is the, I'm just assuming, okay. Here, this is the median. Irrespective of the shape of the triangle, this is the median, capital M. Okay. Now, ratio of area of triangles. Ratio of areas of triangles will be equal to the squares of the ratio of their sides. Squares of the ratios of their sides or altitudes or perimeters also. Okay, sides or altitudes or perimeters also. Fine, look, this is like a by d square or b by e square or c by f square or h by h square. I pray to God that this is not being hidden. Okay, just for a second, let me make it like this. Okay, I write h by h square or m by m square, or suppose this has perimeter p, perimeter small p, this has perimeter capital P, so that will be small p by capital P square. This is the ratio. All these things are in meter. See, this is meter, this is in meter, area is in meter square. So for getting a square, you have to, for getting the ratio of the areas, you will have to square the ratio of sides, perimeters, or whatever it is. Okay, so this is the basic concept that you need to know whenever you are asked about the ratio of the areas. Whatever you have got for corresponding path, that is corresponding sides, corresponding medians, corresponding altitudes, or the length of corresponding angle bisectors, or the corresponding parameters, you just square the ratio of those things. Okay, let's see what is the first question. The area of two equilateral triangles are in ratio 25. Their altitudes will be in the ratio. Direct formula, by direct formula, ratio of areas is equal to square of ratios of altitudes. Okay, this implies 25 by 36 is equal to h by h square. And this I can say 5 by 6 square is equal to h by h square, or I can say, my dear students, that h by h will be 5 by 6. Option number 3 is the answer. Clear to all? Next one. 360, 250 are the areas of two similar triangles. If the length of one side of the first triangle be 8 centimeter, then the length of the corresponding side of the second triangle is, I repeat again, ratio of areas of triangles is equal to ratio of sides of triangles, this squared. So what you have is 360 by 250 is equal to S1 by S2 square. Or I can say this 0 and 0 cancel. This is 6 by 5 square is equal to S1 by S2. If the length of one of the sides of the triangle be 8 centimeter, one of the sides of the triangle, then the length of the corresponding of the second triangle is, see, this is 8, this is, let's say, S2 square. Therefore, I can say 6 by 5 is equal to 8 by S2, or S2 is equal to 8 into 5 by 6. 4 into 5 by 3, that is 20 by 3, or 6 2 by 3, that is option number 3 is the answer. Okay, dear students, let's take the next one. Let's see what is the next question. In triangle ABC, D and E are the points of sides AB and BC respectively, such that D parallel to AC. AD is to DB is 3 is to 2. Look, A, B, C. This is the point, let's say D, this is the point E. It is given to us that the ratio is 3 is to 2. If this is 3, this is 2. I assume, okay, the ratio of area of trapezium ACED to the area to that of BED is, see students, what I'll do, what will be the ratio of, first of all, area of ADE upon area of ABC? That will be equal to AD upon AB square. That will be how much? 3 upon 5 square. I hope this is visible. Yes, so far it is visible. So that is 9 upon 25. So what I can say, this area is 9. Okay, if this area of this portion is 9, area of this portion is 25. 9, 25. Therefore, this portion is how much? 16. Getting it, 16 plus 9 is 25. Therefore, ACED upon BED, ACED upon BED. Okay, let me check. ABDE are the points. Okay, no problem. Dear student, just one small mistake which I have done. I haven't read the question properly. The thing is, just give me a second. Let me rub this portion. Just one small second. This is what we are asked actually. I have labeled it wrongly. This is a point B. This is A. This is C. D and E are points on the side AB and BC. This is my mistake. Now AD upon DB is 3 to 2. Let's say this is 3, this is 2. These are the points due to a normal habit, regular habit like A and B, AC. This is always like this, so I just interpreted it that way. So now what do we have? This is 2, this is 3. So area of, I found actually area of triangle, different triangles. Area of DBE, DBE, BDE, or you can say upon area of triangle BA, see that will be 2 by 5 square. Why? Because this side is 2. You have AD as 3, DB as 2. 2 upon 5 square, or I can say 4 upon 25. So if this area is 4, this area is 21. Now ACED is 21. BED is 4. Do we have any such option? Yes. This is the required answer, my dear students. Shall I move ahead? This is the next question. We are given two triangles ABCDEF, AB10, DE8. Okay. So like if this is AB, this is DE. First, second, first, second. So these are corresponding sides. Okay. These are corresponding sides. Why? Because AB first and second, DE is also first and second. So these are corresponding sides. So area of ABC upon area of DEF will be equal to AB by DE square. that is 10 by 8 square, or 5 by 4 square, that will give me 25 by 16. Option number 2 is my answer. You can have a look if you want. Think about it, how I'm taking the ratio on the sides. I could also take the ratio as AC by DF. That is first, third, first, third, if AC and DF are provided to me, or BC by EF square. That is the main thing. If triangle ABC is similar to triangle DEF, such that BC is 3 and EF. Okay. Second, third, this is 3, this is 4. So area of ABC upon area of DEF is equal to 3 by, I can say, is equal to BC upon EF square, or this is 3 by 4 square. This gives me 9 by 16 is equal to, what is area of ABC? The area of ABC is 54 upon area of DEF. This you have to find, my dear students. This cancels to give 6. So area of DEF is equal to 6 into 16, that is area of DEF is equal to 96 centimeter square, or I can say option 3 is the answer. Okay, dear students. Next one. Area of two similar triangle ABC and DEF are ABC and DEF are 20 by 45. This I can say as 4 by 9, or I can say directly 2 by 3 square. This will be like AB and DE. If it is AB is given, then automatically it will be DB. That is AB by DE square is equal to 2 by 3 square. Therefore, AB by DE is equal to 2 by 3. From here, I can say DE is equal to AB into 3 by 2, or 5 into 3 by 2, 7.5 centimeter. Option number 2 is the answer. Clear to all students? Can have a look at it. Next one. In trapezium ABCD, AB is parallel to CD. Let me draw the trapezium first. Let me look for a trapezium first. Yes. AB parallel to CD and AB is equal to 2CD. Okay. Like this. Okay. Just one small second. It is not appearing to be double. Let's make the figure AB. Oh, excuse me. Yeah. A, B, C, D. If this is X, this is 2X. Its diagonals intersect at O if the area of AOB. Yes. Very good question. Okay. Diagonals intersect at C, at O. This is the point of intersection. Dear students, always remember, if I draw two parallel lines and I draw two triangles like this, this triangle will be similar to this triangle. Now let's come at the nomenclature. Triangle. See, if you take B similar to triangle, here you take B, here you take D. Okay. Middle point is O. Both the things you take O. If you take C here, then opposite to C is A. C, C, C here you take A. Triangle BOA similar to triangle DOC. Area of AOB is 84. Now, area of AOB upon area of DOC will be equal to what? If I take AB here, I will have to take DC. AB by DC square. That is, AB is how much? 2x. DC is how much? X. So area of AOB is 84 upon area of DOC is equal to 4 is to 1. This means this is 4 times of this. So DOC will be, area of DOC is equal to 84 by 4. Therefore, area of DOC 21 centimeter square, my dear students. Okay, clear to all of you? Should I take the next one? You can have a look over it if you want to. Fine. Let's take the next one. ABCD is a square. Draw a triangle QBC on side BC. ABCD is a square. Okay. Here I draw a square. Draw a triangle QBC on side BC. Draw a triangle QBC on side BC. A, B, C. Here I draw a triangle QBC on side BC. Consider BC as base and draw a triangle PAC on AC. See, first of all, I draw a triangle. Draw a triangle QBC. This is like QBC. And draw a triangle PAC on AC as its base. Okay, PAC on AC as its base, such that triangle QBC is similar to triangle PAC. I say these are equilateral triangles. Things done. Okay, I say these are equilateral triangles. These are similar triangles. I consider both of them as equilateral triangles. So this will be like equilateral triangle like this. Let's say this is equilateral. This is equilateral. Area of QBC upon area of PAC. Area of QBC upon area of PAC. Now what will happen? See, dear students. Now this will be equal to BC upon AC square. This is a square. So automatically AC will be what? AC will be BC root 2. This AC will be BC root 2 square, or you can say 1 by root 2 square. That will be half. This is your answer. Okay. Clear? Let's take the next one. If the ratio of area of two squares is 2 to 5, 2 to 6, then the ratio of their perimeter is, okay, area ratio of areas of squares is equal to ratio of perimeters of squares. See, my dear students, perimeters of squares, before I wind this is meter square area. Perimeter is in meter. So in order to equate them, what I'll do, I will do the square of this. Okay, I will do the square of this. So this gives me 225, or I can say A1 upon A2 is equal to P1 upon P2 square. This is 225 upon 256 is equal to P1 by P2 square, or 15 by 16 square is equal to P1 by P2. This implies P1 by P2 is equal to 15 by 16. This is your answer. Okay, dear students. Clear to all? Let's take the next. Perimeters of two squares are 24 and 32 centimeter. The perimeter of a third square equal in area to the sum of the areas of the two squares is, see, this is one square. Perimeter is equal to 24 means all these sides are 6. Okay, I take another square. Perimeter is equal to 32. All these sides will be 8. Okay, so far clear? Yes, it must be clear. Now the next thing is, what is the area? Area is equal to 6 square. What is the area? 8 square. That is 36. That is 64. Total area is equal to 100. Is equal to 10 square. Okay. The perimeter of a third square. Now, if I combine these two, I get a new square which has sides. Area is equal to 100 or 10 square. So each side is 10 now. So what will the perimeter? Perimeter will be 4 into 10, that is 40. Yes, everything is visible. Okay. Clear to all? Next one. This question is a little bit similar to the previous one. The perimeter of two squares are 40 and 32. This is one square. Its perimeter is 40. 40 means 10, 10, 10. Perimeter is equal to 40. That is 4a is equal to 40. So a is equal to 10. Okay. The another square is 32. Sorry. 32. Let's say this 4b is equal to 32. So b is equal to 8. So all the sides are 8 now. I hope all this is clear to everyone. Okay. All the sides are 8. The perimeter of a third square whose area is difference of the, okay. So what will be the area? Area will be a square, that is 100. Here the area will be b square, that is 64. Whose difference is the areas of the two squares. Okay. So area is equal to 100. Here the area is 64. 100 minus 64 is equal to 36. This is area of new square 36. So that means this is equal to 6 square. This is 6, this is 6, this is 6. I'm sorry. This is also 6. So perimeter is equal to how much? Perimeter is equal to 4 into 6 or 24. Clear to all? Similar to the previous one, should I leave it? This is, I'm leaving this question. Now, dear students, we move to the concept of the area of a square in terms of its diagonal. Okay, let me draw a square. This side is A, this side is A, this side is A, this side is A. What is the area? Area is equal to A square. Okay, let's say this is the diagonal. Okay, diagonal D is equal to what? A into root 2. How come this angle is 90 degree? These two sides are equal, so this is a this sort of triangle equal 90. This becomes A root 2. Okay, so D is equal to A root 2. Area is A square. I can say this as A square into 2 by 2, or I can say A into root 2 square divided by 2, or that is equal to D square by 2. That is area of a square. From here I can say area of a square, D square divided by 2. Clear? Let's take the question. If the length of the diagonal AC of a square ABCD is 5.2, then the area of the square is, so area of the square by this method will be 5.2 square divided by 2. 5.2 square will be 27.04 divided by 2. I have told you the basics for the shortcut of calculation technique. See, 52 square. 52 is how much more than 50? It is 2 more than 50, so I'll write add 2. Now the square of 2 is 04. So 2704. This is 5.2 that way, okay? So this will be 13.52 centimeter square, okay? The length of diagonal of a square is A. Which of the following represent the area of the square? Okay. Diagonal is, suppose D. Okay, then area is what? D square by 2. Here what is diagonal is A. So area will be what? A square by 2. The diagonal of a square 4 root 2. The diagonal of another square whose area is double that of the first square is C. First of all, if area gets doubled, then a simple logic is side gets root 2 times. So new diagonal will be what? 4 root 2 into root 2 or 8. Let me show you how. D is 4 root 2. Area will be what? 4 root 2 square by 2. That will be what? 16 into 2 by 2. That is 16. Now area double. So this area will be 32. 32 will be what? D square by 2, 16 into 2 by 2. This is okay, clear. Where the diagonal of another square. Okay, so this area is 32. This is what? This is D square by 2. So from here I get D square is equal to 64, or D is equal to 8. Getting it now? This is 8 square, so D is equal to 8. I'm sure it must be clear to all of you. You can have a look over it if you want to. The next one is the diagonal of a square A is A plus B. The diagonal of a square whose area is twice the area of square C. If area gets doubled, a to a, okay, then diagonal gets multiplied by root 2. Initially it is a plus b, so the new diagonal will be a plus b into root 2. This is option number 3. Clear, my dear students? To all of you, let's take the next one. The diagonal of a square of two squares are in the ratio 2 is to 5. Their areas will be in the ratio of areas of squares is equal to square of ratios of diagonals of squares. Okay, so areas a1 upon a2 will be the ratio of diagonals of two squares. That will be 2 by 5. Area 1 upon area 2 will be 4 upon 25. That is option number 3. Next one. A kite is in the shape of a square with a diagonal 32 centimeter attached to an equilateral triangle of the base 8 centimeter. Approximately how much paper has been used to make it? See how to draw this kite. First of all, a kite is in the shape of a square with a diagonal 32 centimeter. Let me take a kite-like shape. One thing, to the base is a equilateral triangle of side 8. This is a kite. Okay, dear students. Unfortunately, I am unable to get the setting right, but no problem. Okay, this diagonal is 32. Let me say this diagonal is 32, and here the base is 8. So far clear to everyone. What will the area of this portion? The area of this portion will be 32 square by 2. What will be the area of this portion? Root 3 by 4 into 8 square. This is equilateral triangle. This full is square. Okay. So this gives me, I can say 16 into 16 into 2, that is 512. Okay, dear students. 32 square is 1024. 1024 divided by 2 is 512. This is 64 by 4, 16 root 3. So the total area of the figure is, I can say, so the total area is 512 plus 16 root 3, or 16 into 1.732. Clear? 512. Options are closed, so we will have to be very precise with the calculations. Okay, dear students. See, this is like 1732 into 16. Okay, let me do 6 into 32 is 192, 1 carry. 6 into 17 is 102. 102 and 1 carry is 103. Then it is 1732. Let's see what values come. This is 2, this is 1, this is 7, this is 27. 512 plus 27.712, that will give you 5, 12 and 27, 39.712. This is the precise answer. Do we have any such option? Option number 1 is your answer. Does it make sense? Okay, dear students, you can have a look over it before I proceed to the next one. Next one. An equilateral triangle is drawn on the diagonal of square. The ratio of area of the triangle to that of the square is C. Let me take first a square. Here there is an equilateral triangle drawn. So let me take the square a bit small. On the side of this equilateral square, the ratio of the area of triangle to that of square. This is A. This is A. So this will be A root 2. On this A root 2, there is a square drawn. Equilateral triangle drawn. This side will be again A root 2, A root 2. Area of triangle to area of square. What is the area of triangle? Root 3 by 4 into side square. Area of square is A square. So this is root 3 by 4 into root 2A square. That is 2A square by square. This is what? Root 3 by 2. Option number 1 is the answer. Okay, my dear students. You can have a look. This, if you want, I can write in detail. This is what this is actually root 2A square divided by A square. This becomes root 3 by 4 2A square divided by A square. So this is the answer. Okay, let's take the next one. Let A be the area of a square whose side is 10 centimeter. Okay, small a is equal to 10. Therefore, area will be directly what? A square. Okay, this will be 10 square or 100. Let B be the area of a square whose diagonal are 14 centimeter. Fine. This is one square, side 10. This is another square whose diagonal is 14. Therefore, area will be what? Area will be D square by 2. That is 14 square divided by 2, or 196 divided by 2, that is 98. This is what? This is B. This is what? This is A. So A minus B will be what? A minus B will be 100 minus 98, or 2. This is option number 3. Let's move to the next question. The area of a circle whose radius is the diagonal of a square whose area is 4 square. See, first of all, let's draw a square. Okay, this is a square. Area is equal to what? 4. What is the area? A square is equal to 4, so A is equal to 2. So the side of the square is 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Now, the area of a circle whose radius is the diagonal of a square whose area is 4. So A is equal to 2. What is the diagonal? Diagonal is equal to 2 root 2. The area of a circle whose radius is the diagonal of a square. Okay, so I can say like this. This is the square. Okay, whose radius is the diagonal of the square. What do you understand? This is the radius. So basically this will be the center. If this will be the center, the circle will be like this. Getting it? This is what 2 root 2. Now area of circle is pi r square or pi into 2 root 2 square, that is pi into here, that is 8 pi square units. This is the answer. So fine, dear students, we have done enough number of questions on this topic now. Tomorrow I'll be starting with more questions, and we will be finishing this chapter. So from my side, bye bye. Have a good day. Please practice as much as you can. Merely watching videos won't ever help you. You will have to practice the questions yourself so that you can crack those questions in your exam in very limited amount of time, in stipulated amount of time. I again repeat, this is a very crucial time, students. Don't let it go wasted. Study as much as you can. This is like a religion for you. Okay. Bye bye. Take care.